My name is Lila Brooks, and when my ex cheated and kicked me out of the house we built together, I didn't cry. I made a list. And step 1, take it all back. He thought he could steal my home, my dreams, and my future. But a year later, I wasn't just taking back our house. I was buying the whole neighborhood. It started in Boise, Idaho, at a backyard barbecue in the home I'd poured my heart into. The house was a fixer-upper when we bought it. A 2-story craftsman with creaky floors and a view of the Boise foothills. I was 32, a freelance architect, and my then-husband, Nathan Wells, was a real estate agent. We'd spent 3 years renovating it, my designs turning the crumbling structure into a cozy masterpiece. I sketched every detail, the shiplap walls, the skylights, the herb garden out back. Nathan handled the paperwork, but the vision was mine. We were a team, or so I thought, until I found the texts on his phone. He was cheating with his coworker, Amanda, and had been for months. The confrontation was brutal. We stood in our kitchen, the granite countertops I'd chosen glinting under the lights. "Lila, it's over," Nathan said, his voice cold. "I want the house. You can leave." I stared, my hands shaking. "This is my home, Nathan. I designed it." He smirked, leaning against the counter. "My name's on the deed. Good luck fighting that." He wasn't wrong. Idaho's laws favored him, and our savings were joint, mostly drained on renovations. I had $10,000 to my name and a battered suitcase when I walked out, leaving behind the life we'd built. I moved into a tiny rental downtown, a 1-bedroom with peeling paint and a noisy radiator. My friends rallied around me, but my family was less kind. At a tense dinner with my parents and my brother Ethan, they took Nathan's side. "You should have seen it coming, Lila," Ethan said, cutting his steak. "He's a hustler. You were too busy drawing to notice." My mom sighed. "Maybe it's for the best. You can start over, find a stable job." I gripped my fork, my voice steady. "I'm not starting over. I'm taking back what's mine." They laughed like I was delusional. I didn't argue. I went home and made my list. Step 1, rebuild. Step 2, outsmart Nathan. Step 3, own everything. I wasn't just an architect. I was a planner. Before Nathan, I dreamed of developing sustainable neighborhoods, affordable homes with green designs. The house was my first step, but he'd stolen it. So I started small. I took freelance gigs, designing eco-friendly remodels for local clients. Each job paid $1,000 to $3,000, enough to cover rent and save a little. I spent nights researching Boise's real estate market, noticing a trend. The North End, our old neighborhood, was hot. Historic homes were selling fast, but developers were buying up lots for cheap, planning cookie-cutter condos. I saw an opportunity, not just to rebuild but to reshape the area. My first ally was my old college professor, Dr. Elena Ruiz, now a retired urban planner. I met her at a cafe, my laptop open to maps of the North End. "Lila," she said, sipping tea, "you've got vision. Don't let Nathan's betrayal stop you." She handed me a contact list. Local investors, green builders, and a grant program for sustainable development. "Start small," she said. "Buy 1 lot, build 1 house. Show them what you can do." Elena gave me $5,000 from her savings, calling it an investment in my future. I hugged her, tears in my eyes, and got to work. I found a vacant lot 2 blocks from my old house, a weedy patch listed for $50,000. I used Elena's money, my savings, and a small bank loan to buy it. I designed a 1,200 square foot eco-home. Solar panels, rainwater collection, native landscaping. I hired a small crew, 2 builders and a plumber, who agreed to deferred pay if the house sold well. We broke ground in spring, the Boise River glinting nearby. I worked alongside them, hammering nails and painting walls, my hands calloused but my heart full. By month 5, the house was done, listed for $250,000. It sold in a week to a young couple, netting me $150,000 profit after costs. That sale was my spark. I used the money to buy 2 more lots, designing twin eco-homes with my signature style. Open layouts, reclaimed wood, energy-efficient systems. I named the project Sage Haven, a nod to the sagebrush dotting Idaho's hills. I built a website and posted on Instagram, showcasing the home's green features. Boise's eco-conscious buyers loved it. 1 house sold for $275,000, the other for $280,000. My profit was $200,000, enough to pay my crew and start a business account. I hired a part-time assistant, Riley, to handle marketing and permits. Sage Haven was no longer a dream, it was a brand. Then came the rumor that shifted my plan. Riley overheard it at a real estate meetup. Nathan's flips were tanking. Buyers hated the shoddy work, and he was underwater on a $300,000 loan for a property he couldn't sell. Amanda had left him and he was scrambling. I smiled when Riley told me my list in my pocket. Step 2 was in motion: outsmart Nathan. I called Elena for advice. Lila, she said, if he's desperate, his properties are cheap. Buy them out. My heart raced. Buy Nathan's failing flips? It was bold, but it fit my plan perfectly. I met with a local investor, Marcus Tate, who'd bought one of my Sage Haven homes. Over coffee, I pitched my vision. A Sage Haven neighborhood, 10 eco-homes on adjacent lots, including Nathan's failing properties. I can turn his losses into my gains, I said, showing my sales numbers and designs. Marcus leaned back. You're not just building houses, you're taking back your life. I like it. He offered $500,000 for a 20% stake in Sage Haven. I shook his hand, my mind racing. With that money, I could buy Nathan's lots and keep building. As I prepared my offer for Nathan's properties, Jenna called, her voice nervous. Lila, I saw your houses online. They're amazing. Need a realtor? I'm between gigs. I laughed softly. You said I'd fail, Jenna. Why do you want in now? She stammered, but I cut her off. I'll let you know. My brother Ethan texted next, asking if I needed a financial advisor for my little project. I didn't reply. They'd laughed when I left the city. They'd see soon enough what I was planting. Hey, Revenge Tempest fans. Can you feel Lila's fire? She's turning Betrayal into a real estate empire. Want to see how she takes the zip code? Hit that subscribe button and join our crew. Drop a comment and tell us where you're watching from. 9 months after my ex, Nathan Wells, cheated and took the house we built together in Boise, Idaho, I was no longer the broken woman he'd kicked out. Sage Haven, my eco-friendly home development project, was thriving in the North End. I'd sold 3 sustainable houses, netting $200,000 in profit, and had a small team, Riley, my marketing assistant, and a crew of builders, working out of a rented office. My old professor, Elena Ruiz, had given me the spark to start, but my vision was carrying me forward. My family and friends, my brother Ethan, my parents, my friend Jenna, thought I'd crash and burn. They didn't know I was targeting Nathan's failing properties, ready to turn his losses into my empire. Sage Haven was gaining buzz. Our Instagram hit 5,000 followers, with Boise's eco-conscious crowd sharing photos of our solar-paneled homes and native gardens. A local blog, Boise Green Living, called us the future of sustainable housing, and inquiries poured in. I'd secured a $500,000 investment from Marcus Tate, a local real estate investor, for a 20% stake in Sage Haven. That money let me buy 2 more lots in the North End, where I was building twin eco-homes, 1,500 square feet each, with reclaimed wood and geothermal heating. They were listed for $300,000 each and both had offers within days. My revenue was $600,000 in under a year, with $250,000 in profit after costs. I was proving the doubters wrong, one house at a time. But Nathan was still in the game. He was flipping houses in the North End with his new girlfriend, Amanda, using knockoff versions of my designs. I drove by one of his projects, a tacky remodel with cheap skylights, and felt a mix of anger and opportunity. His flips were failing, buyers complained about shoddy construction, and he was drowning in a $300,000 loan for a property he couldn't sell. Amanda had left him and word was he was desperate. I saw my chance. If I could buy his lots, I could fold them into Sage Haven, turning his failures into my triumphs. I met with Marcus at a brewery overlooking the Boise River, my laptop open to a map of the North End. Nathan's got 3 properties in distress, I said, pointing to the lots. If we buy them cheap, I can redevelop them as Sage Haven homes and dominate the neighborhood. Marcus sipped his beer, nodding. You're not just building houses, you're rewriting his story. I like it. What's your budget? I crunched the numbers. $400,000 for all 3, plus $200,000 for renovations. I need another $250,000 from you. He grinned. Deal. But move fast. Distressed properties don't stay cheap. I sent offers for Nathan's lots through a neutral real estate agent, keeping my name off the paperwork. I wanted him to feel the pressure before he knew it was me. Meanwhile, I focused on scaling Sage Haven. Riley's social media campaign went viral when a local influencer toured one of our homes, praising its eco features. We sold both new houses for $310,000 each, netting another $300,000. I used the profit to hire a second designer, Emma, who specialized in green architecture. We started planning a 10-home Sage Haven community on the lots I'd already bought, with a shared garden and solar grid. Boise City Council loved the idea, fast-tracking our permits after a pitch to their sustainability board. But my old life kept creeping in. Jenna visited my office, her usual confidence replaced with nerves. Lila, your houses are everywhere online, she said, clutching her purse. I'm out of work. Can I join your team? I'm great at sales. I leaned back, studying her. You said I'd be back in Boston by now, Jenna. Why do you want in? She flushed. I was wrong. You're killing it. I nodded, non-committal. I'll let you know. Later, my brother Ethan called, his voice awkward. Heard you're doing big things, Lila. Need a financial guy? My firm's cutting hours. Kept my tone cool. You called my plans delusional, Ethan. I'm good for now. Their apologies felt hollow. They'd laughed when I lost everything, and now they wanted a piece of my success. The rumors about Nathan grew louder. Riley heard at a real estate mixer that his last flip had failed inspection, and his lender was threatening foreclosure. I called Elena for advice. Lila, she said, her voice sharp, buy his lots before the bank does. You've got the cash and the vision. Turn his mess into your masterpiece. I spent nights crunching numbers, working with Marcus to finalize our offer. $350,000 for Nathan's 3 properties, a steal for the North End. His agent accepted within hours, desperate for cash. I hadn't revealed I was the buyer, not yet. I wanted to see Nathan's face when he realized who'd outplayed him. Then came a bigger opportunity. Elena connected me with Green Horizon Ventures, a national firm investing in sustainable housing. I flew to their Seattle office, my portfolio stuffed with Sage Haven's sales data and designs. The VP, Sarah Kim, listened as I pitched a 20-home Sage Haven neighborhood, including Nathan's lots. You're turning a historic area into a green oasis, she said. What's your ask? I took a breath. $1 million for a 25% stake. I'll deliver the North End's first net-zero community. Sarah smiled. If you close Nathan's lots and break ground, we're in. My heart pounded. This was it, the chance to own the zip code. As I prepared to sign the purchase agreements, my parents called. Lila, we saw your houses in the news, my mom said, her voice soft. We're so proud. Why didn't you tell us? I gripped my phone. I tried when Nathan took the house. You told me to move on. They stammered, offering to visit, but I cut them off. I'm busy building. Maybe later. I hung up, my list from that first night in my pocket. Step 1 was done. Step 2, outsmart Nathan, was almost complete. Step 3. That was coming at the groundbreaking ceremony, where they'd all see what I'd planted. 11 months after my ex, Nathan Wells, cheated and took the house we built together in Boise, Idaho, I stood in the North End, staring at the 3 distressed lots I'd just bought, his failed flips. Sage Haven, my eco-friendly housing brand, was no longer a dream but a force, with 5 sold homes, $600,000 in revenue, and a team of 4 led by my assistant, Riley. My old professor, Elena Ruiz, had given me the spark to start, but my list, made the night Nathan kicked me out, kept me focused. Rebuild, outsmart, own everything. My family and friends, Ethan, my parents, Jenna, had laughed when I left the city. Now, as I prepared for Sage Haven's groundbreaking ceremony, they'd see I'd taken the whole zip code. The purchase of Nathan's lots was a quiet victory. I'd offered $350,000 through a neutral agent, and his lender, desperate to avoid foreclosure, accepted. Nathan didn't know I was the buyer, not yet. I folded the lots into Sage Haven's plan for a 10-home eco-community, each house designed with solar panels, reclaimed materials, and shared green spaces. Green Horizon Ventures, the national firm I'd pitched in Seattle, Wired $1 million for a 25% stake after I closed the deal. That money let me hire 3 more staff, a project manager, Sam, and 2 builders, and break ground on the first 5 homes. Boise City Council approved our net zero community plan, calling it a model for sustainable urban growth. Sage Haven was now a name in the North End, with our Instagram at 10,000 followers and a feature in Idaho Homes magazine. The groundbreaking ceremony was set for a crisp October morning, the Boise foothills golden in the distance. We set up on one of Nathan's old lots, now cleared and marked for a Sage Haven home. A crowd gathered, local buyers, media, and Green Horizons VP Sarah Kim. Riley handed out branded tote bags filled with sage seedlings, while Elena stood by my side, beaming like a proud mentor. My team had transformed the lot with a temporary garden, showcasing our vision. I wore a tailored blazer, my old notebook tucked in my bag, the list inside it checked off. Rebuild, outsmart, own. My family arrived late, pulling up in Ethan's SUV. My parents, Ethan and Jenna, stepped out, their faces a mix of curiosity and unease. Jenna whispered to Ethan, probably about my little project. I ignored them, focusing on the podium. Nathan showed up last, alone, his suit rumpled. He froze when he saw the Sage Haven banner, his eyes darting to me. I smiled, stepping to the microphone. "Welcome to Sage Haven's groundbreaking," I said, my voice steady. "A year ago I lost my home. Today I'm building a neighborhood, 10 eco-homes starting with this lot." The crowd clapped, but Nathan's jaw tightened. I went on, detailing our $1.2 million in sales, $1 million investment, and plans to expand across Boise. Sarah Kim took the stage, praising Sage Haven as a game changer for sustainable living. The crowd roared, but my eyes were on Nathan. Then came the moment I'd waited for. I held up my notebook, its pages worn but precious. "This project started with a vision," I said. "My vision, sketched years before I lost my house. Some tried to take it from me, but I took it back, along with their lots." The crowd murmured, sensing the drama. Nathan's face went red, his hands clenched. My family stood silent, Ethan avoiding my gaze. I grabbed the ceremonial shovel, joined by Elena and Sarah, and broke ground to cheers. Nathan stormed off before the dirt settled, but I didn't care. I'd won. After the ceremony, my parents approached, their voices soft. "Lila, we had no idea," my mom said. "We're so proud." I crossed my arms. "You laughed when I left Boston. You said I'd fail." Ethan stepped in, nervous. "I was wrong, Lila. Your company's huge. Need a CFO? I'm looking." Jenna chimed in. "I could sell your houses. I'm good at it." I shook my head, my smile polite but firm. "Sage Haven's full. I built this without you." They left, their apologies hanging in the air. I didn't need them anymore. Nathan called a week later, his voice shaky. "Lila, you bought my lots? That's low." I laughed softly. "You took my house, Nathan. I took your zip code. We're even." I hung up, feeling lighter than I had in years. He tried to reach out again, offering to partner on Sage Haven, but I ignored him. My focus was on the future. A year later, I stood in the completed Sage Haven community, 10 eco-homes fully sold, generating $3 million in revenue. We'd expanded to a new 20-home project in Boise's West End, with Green Horizon funding $2 million more. My team grew to 12, and our Instagram hit 25,000 followers, with national media calling Sage Haven the blueprint for green neighborhoods. I'd bought back my old house from Nathan's lender after he defaulted, turning it into Sage Haven's office. The herb garden I'd designed was still there, now part of a legacy bigger than I'd dreamed. Success wasn't about proving Nathan or my family wrong, though that felt good. It was about proving Elena right. She saw a visionary in me when I was just a heartbroken architect with a list, and her belief carried me through. When they laughed at my loss, I didn't cry, I planned. And at that groundbreaking, when I turned their doubt into a neighborhood, I didn't just win. I redefined the zip code. Hey, Revenge Tempest fans. Did Lila's epic takeover give you chills? We're all about stories of justice and triumph here, so smash that subscribe button to join our squad. Drop a comment and tell us where you're watching from.